All right, so what's up? How you doing? Now I just put some lotion cream on. Yeah, 'cause I got that cocoa butter it's a cocoa butter sunscreen by Palmer, and I put some vitamin E cream. Yeah, moisturizing cream. I put it on my body. Vitamin E cream is good. Um, let me go ahead and start talking. Let's all talk some more. And I'm doing a series on this because, especially in Black History Month, when you talk about this, and I live in Texas, and it does relate to Black history because even Mexicans don't admit it's part of their history as well, besides Spanish and Native American. And the real reason why I'm going to do a video on this is because lack of education that people think that Black Mexicans never exist or there were no Afro Mexicans. I would like for y'all to do y'all research. There's a woman named Lucy Gonzalez, and she was a slave in Texas. She was part Mexican, black, and Indian, white. When she was free, she went to Chicago. Dang it, everybody goes to Chicago. She married a white man, and while she was passing for white, she was fighting for civil rights. Okay, and so I read about her a couple years ago because I used to belong to an Afro Mexican Facebook group. Um, and then after that, I did also to did my research and this is historical because it was a year ago when I was back in school online. I was in history class. That's my favorite subject, and I got a 98. I think a 98 B. I passed online, and I'm part Native American and African. I'm not just African. Of course, I'm African American, English, Spanish, English, Spanish, French Creole, French Creole, of course, Irish, Native American. And Native American is was one of my first non-black mixture. I was told 31 years ago, okay, by my dad. Okay, because I knew that I would look in the mirror, and I'm sorry to say this to those who are uneducated. We when the Boys in the Hood movie came out, and I can relate to the little boy in school, when we were called African, especially going to a predominantly white school that had some Hispanic folks, and they were racist, and we had people in the community come different shades that look like steaks. A lot of side did a short video on that, like white people look like Hispanic people. I was telling my one of the guys I subscribed to, don't want to blast him to kind of experience that I knew brothers that looked like him. Okay, when I was cause they were Creole, those dark chocolate brothers. They had brothers with curly hair. They were dark skinned chocolate, like West Side with curly hair, straight hair. My great grandfather, the reason I keep saying mom because my grandmother was like a mom to me on my dad's side. Her dad was naturally straight hair with dark chocolate skin, thin lips, because both my dad and my grandmother had them thin lips and nose not that too wide. It's like this. Mine's is fatter because of my grandfather, my dad's dad, and also my mother. Okay, and so, but the point is, I saw that. Okay, and I when I talk about my people Africans, I cannot show. That's why when I blast Wendy Williams and what's her name who cannot talk. She's Latino too. Jocelyn Hernandez for talking bad about Paris Jackson. I saw people that like that. One of the homeboys I told me that look like a Mexican, the one that live in the small town that my mama's from now. Okay, he's Creole. How the hell you go in my mama's town in Central Texas? But anyway, point is, I don't know. We ain't being friends because I don't know what you did. Last time we met each other was in Easter Sunday at the church I belong to at Mass. I don't forget 9-3. And you with some brown camel skin sister with some did just poet Justice Braids. I don't forget his mom was in there. Um, and so I'll never forget how I converted to Catholicism at the time because my church I belong to is still a member, but they're mostly African American Creole. Okay, dark skin, light skin, hair straight curly. Some look like Hispanic, like white folks. Some dark chocolate, some camera like me. All different shades of us. Okay. And even I remember an old man, I think he passed away. He was dark chocolate with straight hair, naturally straight hair. Okay, no, okay. So I saw different looks. I didn't see everybody look the same. Okay, so point is, when I cannot have that picture. If I had did a movie on African American people, I cannot cast people who all look alike. And to also to debunk that argument about if she can't use the same comb, don't bring her home. You know damn well we talk about Becky was a good hair all the time. Okay, I mean damn. Okay, so damn well, how can y'all sit there and say that don't bring her home or don't bring him home, knowing that damn well my town, grandma got Becky with a good health, grandpa. Oh, come on now, all right? You know, some cousin down the family tree. So y'all stop. Stop. We're not, both communities, African American and Latino, are not pure. Let's get that straight. We are a mixture of all three races: the African, the European, the American. Okay? And we was falsely categorized. One is classified as black, and one period of time Hispanic was classified as white. And sometimes they're still doing it here in Texas, trying to put the criminals as white here if they're Latino. For real. If you go on sex offender list, you see a lot. Because yeah, I do check the sex offender list too often because I don't want nobody near me. I don't got no kid, but still I want me to be near you. You did some, or either you did something to a woman, whatever, okay? But I had to drop one of my friends that I did not know that was on that list, and he went with somebody that was 17. He's okay. I mean, we supposed to go to the Chicano Festival. Remember I told him, I'm gonna tell you, okay, that was that friend. Put his business out there. Do I know your business now? That's why when I see him, and I try to stay away because I don't be there. So anyway, but the point is, anybody, okay, even a homeboy, I'm glad, not to say that the family got kicked out, but this brother, I know he was on there. You know, I check out, I would not be checking on them. Yes, I do be checking on them. So therefore, but anytime you work in criminals, even I was working at the state jobs like CPS or any, they do classify sometimes Hispanic as white even to this day. You know, you go to Harris County, and they'll still the driver license put white. Even one of my roommates who's actually part white and part Mexican, his mother's part white. He was from California when I was in Job Corps. And he was trying to get his driver's ed, and the teacher told him to put white on it because there was no Hispanic category. He said, "We're not color or age." I'm like, "Well, you are mixed for all three. Not, you at least actually, because I talked to a lawyer, you can change. Like when I get my license again, I'm going to put down those races who I'm mixed with. She said I can't do that. Okay? No, you can. They don't. One drop rule is not supposed to be even used in these states. Ever since Loving versus Virginia case made it unconstitutional. Okay? Hey, it's 50 years of that. That's my country. That's a legal standard. So we can classify ourselves as three races or two or whatever is our heritage. Okay, or other put other or put in an R. When I got my security license, they put in a as in the other did. Because excuse me, I'm not denying my mixed heritage. But going back to the subject. Okay, so the point is that we're gonna talk. I'm gonna talk about this because it does need to be talked about. So Luis Gonzalez was one of the people, and the reason why I went in detail is I'm gonna change the subject. I passed my history class because they do report on immigrants, African Americans, Native Americans, and women. And I told the first before I had to change classes because my computer was broken again, and so I had a white male teacher, and clearly they showed a picture of the instructor on the discussion board and everything. And I said, I'm mixed with those two things. And I said, I want to do a combination on black Indians. I said, I'm getting tired that we don't get our story told. And they sit here on PBS, didn't tell the folks on their African American lives that the DNA tests do not go in detail. It's not going to go to Adam and Eve. And there's only two parts on your mama and dad's side it will go along with. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you go to another, like they did Jessica Alba. At first she didn't have a black in her, but when she on PBS, her dad's result, because she only have one chromosome. We guys have two. So the dad chromosome, the African DNA picked up, okay? So, you know what I'm saying, when she on PBS, because on Lopez tonight, they said she had, and I knew that was a dog on like them big lips and wide nose, those from African features. So, just like if Vanessa Williams 0% Caucasian, you know damn well that their test is lie, okay? You know what I'm saying? You know, with them blue eyes and stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's called like it is. So, they lied because this go back to history where they had the $5 Indian. Because remember, our people were part of that Trail of Tears, including the Black Seminoles who crossed the Rio Grande. That's why I'm not too big on the immigration bill, because our people, okay, who are black and American, crossed the Rio Grande to be free from slavery when they stole this from slavery. See, folks are very ignorant. That's the whole ideology of this whole thing. His people, it says, even in the Bible, folks don't know the history, you know, they condemn, or some people, sometimes they say, I'm going to be blasphemous, they condemn Dan to repeat it. And it's exactly what's going on. So a lot of African American descendant people and Latino people, especially those Mexican, do not know their history correctly. With the taught in school, it was edited, especially in Texas. Texas has a false way of history when it comes to public school. I know in universities, it exposed everything. So when I did the report on Black and Native American mixture in my past, when I was reading the revised version of Black Indians, it mentioned Lucy Gonzalez. And I was so happy they did, because Lucy Gonzalez was one. And to see one thing, there also, I'm going to put a link on the bottom, a lot of African American men in the late 1800s did marry a lot of Mexican Latino women in those days. In the Valley. You know where Fita Violets is from? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know Fita Violets, you know what I'm saying? Winona, Mire que la baila, pecosita. Okay, remember seeing that song? Okay. He's from the Valley, so those in the Valley, I hate on. You may have some drop out, and besides African American, you probably have some African American DNA in you too. And even though the Latinos was classified as white, they did let this continue because it was not. I'm sorry, not social white. I knew a man who was married to a Mexican woman before segregation. Before segregation ended. Okay, so there's a lot of people misinformed. You know, and even one of the guys I sometimes talk to. Remember I told you I did a story. I said that I was on a black film group in Texas on Facebook. Well, you know, y'all know Mario Salas from San Antonio. Okay, you know, he part black and Mexican too. That old man, sorry to call, he'll kill me for saying this. He's like a senator or a congressman or something, a councilman in San Antonio, and he teach African Americans, and you think, who the Mexican man? Y'all, he is a brother too, okay? You know, so, and that's the one he was trying to make a film about the black soldiers who participate in Santa Anna's army. We always hear about the mulattoes on the Texan army who sold out, okay? Well, actually, you don't hear too much, but when I was in El Paso, I read about that. It was two mulatto men who actually fought on the Texan side with Sam Houston, and they were about to get kicked out of the Republican community for slavery. But since they fought on the Texan side, they gave them the chance, and they did marry white women. Yep, they did. And I don't know if it's not my grandpa. You're not going to want to marry a white woman. Okay, I don't know that was him, and I know it's not him, because, you know, they said he was Creole. Okay, and Creole's mulatto, but this was a French, not Anglo Creole. Okay, so point is, but that's exactly where I'm glad that I talk about my mixed heritage. Okay, it is educational. The stories that our elders told us, and they don't teach that in school. Okay, and that's sad that's what we seeing today with this whole George Lopez situation is the truth. Okay, it's sad. We don't teach that in school. We try to hide it. We try to bash those like myself who open with a big mouth, loud, and let everyone know what goes on, okay? I'm glad those who go to my channel, who look at my videos, actually sometimes agree and try to debate with me, and later on agree that, yeah, you're right, man. You're very smart. Because I do research on this. And maybe I should be a history teacher. But you have, you know, Mario Salas, his name, in San Antonio. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about, okay? I mean, blast him, but he was on a recent article to teaching African American history. You think, who is this Mexican man? No, he is part black. His mother was mixed race. They say his father was Afro-Mexican, something like that. But he real light skin. He actually lighter than George Lopez. Yeah, he is, and hair, you know, I don't know, all hair texture is good, but y'all know I make a comic joke since Beyonce made that song. You know she gets into, okay, her mama had that hair, okay, not her, okay, you know, but that's why I'm saying how Iggy got offended. You know, while you was in Texas, Iggy, when you left Australia and came here, you should at least learn the culture and history here, and learn from somebody with some sense, not the ones who distort it, okay? So that's the point I'm letting y'all know, that we don't talk about this stuff. We don't even teach it in school, and that's the sad part, you know. And so there were many racial couples back then, black and men. I knew people who were from the Valley, like Corpus Christi, who had black Mexican grandmothers. You know, I knew much about the sister was brave by my complexion. Her grandmother was Mexican. You know, I met a sister who defended Michael Jackson. I don't forget that back in 2008. She worked at the phone company, you know, the cell phone company in the Charlestown area. She, by my complexion, her mother real bright skin. and her mother was part Mexican. They were from Corpus Christi. And that dark skin, butt tall, bad about Michael Jackson, complexion changing and all that other baby. She was hard on that 163. Y'all, anybody know 163 from Southwest used to be 163. And they changed it, since August, around my birthday in 2015. Okay, before my 36th birthday. And so, yeah. Oh, she went hard. That black skin sister went hard. She considered herself black, but she went hard. But her family, yeah, their grandmother was Mexican. And you had a lot of people, and I knew a dog's chocolate brother with a Hispanic last name. I thought he was Dominican or something. No, his grandfather is Mexican. He loved them sisters, okay? And he had a sister, his mother is Mexican, real light skin, but his dad is dark skin. He took off his dad. So, I mean, y'all need to stop this bullshit. We need to start speaking up on this. I'm telling y'all, read about Black Seminoles, read about Lucy Gonzalez, read about Dora Darren. She was part Mexican, okay? The Alma Monroe, okay? The one that classified as black, real light skin, on the Halle Berry didn't tell the history. I can't stand that when she did that. I'm sorry, Halle Berry, shut the hell up. Everybody, no man can't get with you, baby. When you did that, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But point is, that is the reason why that we need to talk about this. I think I heard Jimi Hendrix had some, besides Cherokee and Irish, Jimi Hendrix had some Mexican background. A lot of people do not know their history, and we don't teach this stuff. And we need to start doing it now. Okay? If a school refuses to teach you, better start protesting for some education or education, okay? And Texas school always edit our history, especially on mixed heritage. Because even when I was learning about the I'm part black and Native American before I started learning the other heritage in me, I would say, where are my black and Indian people? And then I was shocked to find out that Fred Douglass, the mother was black and Native American, his father was a white slave master. They didn't teach it. They didn't teach that in school. They lie. They didn't teach about his Creole history. I had to go to a book and library and read this stuff, okay? And it's sad. It's completely sad. So, it's sad that we edit a lot of history. We edit so much stuff for ignorance. And a false version of it for ignorance. So, that's all I have to say, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching my show. I should have a show, my video. Bye-bye.